Welcome to our holiday special for our ABC7 Athletes of the Week. I'm yours truly, the X Factor, Xavier McKnight.
And I'm James Hill. The 2023-24 school year has come to an end here on the Suncoast.
But what a year it has been for us and our student athletes in the area. Last summer, we launched our ABC7 sports department.
And these athletes you see here on your screen have played a huge role in many of the stories we have been able to cover over the past 9 months.
Now, this all started with a young man at Booker High School who was quite a star on the gridiron for the Tornadoes. But he's on his way to doing much bigger things for he and his family off the field. Let's reintroduce you to Omarion Patterson.
Very wonderful. Very great. I'm very proud of him.
That's the expression of Veronica Rock. She's the grandmother of Omarion Patterson. He's known best for scoring touchdowns on the field at Tornado Alley. But he's on the verge of doing something bigger than anything he can do on the gridiron. In the spring of next year, Patterson will become the first member of his family to graduate from high school.
His mainly goal to me was that he was going to finish, and that was his promise to me, that he would finish school. And he made that promise, so I'm looking forward to him doing that, walking across that stage and getting his high school diploma.
Patterson's grandfather, Andre, helped teach his grandson about the game of football. He coached Omarion as a young boy on the Sarasota Redskins.
When I got there, the guys was all mouthy and it was all about them. And me being old school coaching, I decided that it couldn't happen that way.
On top of his looming walk across the stage next May, Patterson also has a Division II football scholarship to Shorter University in Georgia.
I was participating in mechanic when I get out of high school to graduate, but right now I'm focusing on the team, my community, and then also my reliability on going to college.
His grandparents tell me they weren't sure this moment would happen, but they are over the moon and almost can't put their feelings into words.
That's surprising to me, but I'm so happy for him and everything.
I want to see him go as far as his mind and body can take him. I love to see young people his age get off the street and do good things for themselves.
Staying on the gridiron, the following week we introduced you to Liam Kelly. Now, since we first told you about him last August, he has been making history. He's now the first student athlete to sign a national letter of intent, and he will be going to John Carroll University in Ohio.
Volleyball fans at Cardinal Mooney are excited for year 2 with Lauren Leach in the program. As a freshman, one of the things standing out about her is leadership for her age. She also comes from a family of athletic royalty. Her mother, Lindsay Davenport, the once ranked #1 women's tennis player in the world for a total of 98 weeks.
Now let's tell you about a pair of best friends on the golf course. The first is Tommy Tyler. You may remember him. He was a senior this past school year at Cardinal Mooney on the boys golf team. He has graduated and is now preparing to head to St. Leo University, where he will play golf as well.
And golf fans helped Tommy build a special bond with Nicholas Bencomo, also known as Nico. He was one of our athletes of the week last September. Nico is preparing for his senior year in the classroom and on the golf course. Now, there's a standout on the soccer field at Riverview High School preparing for her senior season and coming off of a stellar season as a junior.
We're talking about the one and only Rachel Polly.
Big time goal!
Rachel Polly is a member of the Lady Rams soccer team, an exceptional student, and also a member of a travel team in Tampa. For many, this would be a lot, but Rachel tells me she loves this type of pressure.
It's definitely a challenge trying to balance club school, high school, and just academics and my social life. It's kind of different, but at the same time, I'm so used to it. I've been doing this for so long that at this point, it's become routine and a big part of my life.
For the ones who have known Rachel since she came into the world, they are in amazement of everything that she can do.
Knowing Rachel the way
She is the hard worker she is. She wakes up every day being able to do practice before coming to class. She never make an excuse that she's tired or she doesn't want to go. She's always willing to go and do her best.
Although Rachel has aspirations of being a professional soccer player, her sister tells me she feels Rachel can do whatever she puts her mind to.
Nothing is impossible, especially coming from parents that were born in Cuba and that had to work hard for everything, especially that she has to do that to like pave her own way. If you really want it, if you really have that desire to become great, that it's possible.
Rachel knows that all eyes are on her and she doesn't take the responsibility of being a role model lightly.
I just hope that they realize how important it is to be happy with yourself and what you do from a day-to-day basis. Every time I go on that field, I put my heart out. It doesn't matter if we're losing, if we're winning. Put your best foot forward and always be happy with what you do at the end of the day.
Going beyond her own expectations on the field and in the classroom, one day at a time.
Coming up, we are going to tell you about a football star at Booker High School who did a great job of tackling his opponents and his grades in the classroom.
Plus, the story of a libero in volleyball at State College of Florida, Manatee, Sarasota, leading the way for teammates and her family. We have those stories in just a moment. If you spent some time last football season at Booker High School, you more than likely saw this young man you see on your screen, Kevonte Hugan.
He turned many heads in the Tornadoes football program as a sophomore in 2023. If you know him, you know he's rather quiet until it's time to make some noise on the football field. Kevonte Hugan is a super sophomore on the Booker High School varsity football team. He says tackling the book, lifting weights, and playing Tornadoes football requires discipline.
I got a high GPA because I wanted to be great in life, so I got to do what I got to do. Got to study for a test. I got to study for a test.
Scotty Littles is the Booker High athletic director and varsity football coach. He says Kevonte Hugan shows a tremendous upside on the football field and in the classroom.
Kevonte Hugan's a really good player, but he's an even better person. Has a high GPA. He's in the 3.6, 3.8 range. He's got 8 Division I offers, plays defensive tackle, a little bit of tight end, a little bit of fullback, a little bit of running back. So he's a really good player. He's a quiet kid. You'll never have to redirect him. He's always doing what he's supposed to do, being where he's supposed to be.
Kevonte shows great leadership skills in our business ownership class. He one day wants to own his own business. He's doing a great job learning our curriculum and helping other students when needed.
Kevonte Hugan tells me he appreciates being recognized for his work ethic.
I could say I've been player of the week as a sophomore. It sounds good, feel good.
Staying on the gridiron, Tyreek Robinson is most known for his time at Manatee High School, being a force on the Hurricanes defense. But this young man gets it done in the classroom too. He will be heading to UCF in the fall to continue his education and football career. All right, Braxton Thomas spent his senior season as the star quarterback for the Riverview Rams. Now he's preparing to head to North Carolina A&T University, where he hopes to star for the Aggies.
Rachel Carroll spent the fall of 2023 as the libero for the Lady Manatees volleyball program at State College of Florida, Manatee, Sarasota. But her journey there is so much bigger than the game she loves. Check this out.
I wasn't really looking to go anywhere really far because I wanted to be close with my family since a lot of them moved here.
That was Rachel Carroll's plan coming out of high school. She's a native of the Sun Coast and a standout on the volleyball court, who was a highly touted prospect for colleges.
There was a good amount. There was probably close to 20 maybe.
But tragedy struck when Rachel lost her father before she made her college decision.
Me and him were so close. It was insane. It was really shocking once I lost him. I lost my father and my best friend.
Her father's untimely passing is a big reason why Rachel chose to stay on the Sun Coast.
Ever since I lost my father, I became really close with my family. I was close with them before, but I wanted to stay close and build my relationships with them as well. and I feel like if I went to a different state, it would be really hard.
And through coping with her own tragedy, Rachel offers words of encouragement for anyone grieving the loss of a loved one.
Just be positive and just do everything for them. Keep on going with like their legacy.
Looking to make a difference on the court and the community one day at a time. Coming up, we're going to take a look back at one Cardinal Mooney football star who helped his team bring home the gold last fall.
Plus, a pair of gridiron stars from Venice High School who are moving on up to play at the next level. We will be right back. You are looking at the moment that Cardinal Mooney scored the go-ahead touchdown in their state championship game last fall. That game-winning touchdown being caught by Chris McCorkle.
But that's not the only big play that Chris made on that day. He snagged the game-clinching interception that helped lead to this moment of celebration, and Chris being one of our ABC7 Athletes of the Week. That is the moment that Chris McCorkle caught the game-winning touchdown for Cardinal Mooney in the 2023 Class 1S State Championship game. You see the emotions of excitement on his face. But it wasn't his last big moment in the game. As you see here, Chris is also the recipient of the game-sealing interception that ensured the Cougars' first state title in 51 years.
I was just thinking to go get it and finish to seal the game. It's great. We haven't did it in a long time, and we brought it back home for the first time in decades. So it's a proud thing, grateful for it. Grateful for all the teammates I got.
For some of his teammates, this is the last moment of their high school careers. But Chris has one more year to do this. He's an 11th grader, and his head coach is already looking forward to what 2024 could be like for this young man.
Chris is a special athlete. I mean, he is a special football player. I'll be honest with you, I'm not even sure Chris understands how good he can be. Chris has worked his tail off because he had to play on both sides of the ball for us. He played wide receiver for us. He played DB for us, which is asking a lot of a junior.
And one of the things that can be credited to his toughness on the football field is Chris's hidden talent.
I can ride skateboards. I like to make sure people good before I am. So it's like I make sure you good before I am, and then I'm gonna make sure I'm straight either way.
Already looking to another trophy for 2024.
And one of Chris's teammates, Zayshawn Cashmere, was also one of our Athletes of the Week. He was also a big part of the 2023 state championship winning team at Cardinal Mooney. He says his daily routine starts with the mentality of winning every day and taking care of business all day long. He's headed to Gannon University to continue his education and playing career this fall. Another Cougars football star who was also an Athlete of the Week for us, Carson Beach. Carson was the star running back and a touchdown machine for Cardinal Mooney in 2023. He will be taking his talents to the classroom and the gridiron of the University of Tampa this fall.
Now to South Sarasota County. 2023 saw a bit of a resurgence for the Northport Bobcats football program. And in most cases, in order to build something special, there usually has to be a building block. And that's what Colton Eichten served as for the Northport Bobcats football program last fall.
You got to be consistent with whatever you do, whether it's practice, whether it's doing the right thing.
And that word consistency is what Colton has been working for on the football field and in the classroom. But in his case, hitting the books has never really been an issue, and he credits that to his mother.
Mom always told me if I'm below a 3, then she's going to, take my phone away or whatever it was when I was a kid. And so I really try to stay in the classroom. Colleges always look at grades. Obviously, I'm trying to go to college, so just try to get that up as high as I can.
But it's the work to improve as a football player where Colton saw most challenges. And according to his head coach, the journey hasn't always been easy.
Colton's come a long way since his first year with us. He's been around the block for a minute. He's had ups and downs his first couple of years, but this year he's really bought into the team aspect of things. And we asked him to learn and do things that he's not used to. But in terms of listening and trying to apply what we taught, that's been the biggest thing.
But part of that may also be due to a tough transition. During his freshman year, Colton and his family moved to the Suncoast from Minnesota.
It's crazy. The competition level is nowhere near the same up in Minnesota. So coming down here, it's just, you got to adapt to it.
As much as he misses his friends up north, Colton tells me he loves Northport, has a better relationship with Coach Belser, and is ready for the next step in leadership.
I think just leading by example, really doing the right thing, practicing hard, giving my all when I can. If some younger guy has a question, help him out however I can.
Taking the next step and building for his future.
Now to Venice High School, Jaden Glasser serving as the Indians' starting quarterback in 2023 and helping lead them to back-to-back state championship games. Unfortunately, they couldn't bring home the W, but Glasser brought home some individual hardware. Take a listen.
I got awarded the District Player Quarterback of the Year. I'm just really blessed to be named the District Quarterback of the Year, and just, all the coaches in the area voting on me is just, it's a blessing.
Now, Glasser will continue his football career on the next level at Central Michigan University. And one of Jaden's high school teammates, Charles Lester III, is now with the Florida State University, one of the more sought-after prospects in the nation. But his story of perseverance helped mold who he is as a football player. Charles Lester III is a generational talent and a graduating senior out of Venice High School. After leading his VHS Indians to the state championship game, he says he's ready to join the Florida State University Seminoles.
Florida State because, it's just a family culture. It's a driven place where they have a plan, and they're climbing and they're coming to the top.
Makissa Abner is Charles Lester's aunt and guardian. She says Charles showed courage, discipline, and the skills to earn good grades and show he can play Power 5 college football. She also says he thrived through adversity and stayed the course to earn a college scholarship.
Real joy. I am so proud of him. I am really, really, really proud of him. He had to face a lot of difficulties in his life growing up, losing his mom, but with my family, we rallied around and, we were able to come together and, get him off to where he's at right now.
Charles Lester III is our ABC7 Athlete of the Week.
Still to come, we take a look at some of our standout stars on the hardwood from this past school year. We'll have that for you right around the corner. Well, as football season was reaching its end, we started making our way out on the basketball courts.
And one of those who really stands out is a young man from Booker High School who caused many, many matchups, and those were nightmares for Booker opponents. I'm talking about Javon Palavra. He takes much pride in his schoolwork as he does on the basketball court. Take a look at this. Javon Palavra is a senior on the Booker High School basketball team. He tells me he believes earning good grades is the best way to achieve his goal of getting to college.
I got a 3.875 GPA weighted, and I want to go to school for finance and accounting.
On the basketball court, he's making a major impact on the games. Any team playing against Booker has to game plan against the 6'5" post player who can shoot outside, dribble drive, and slam dunk. Booker High School head basketball coach Carl Williams explains the impact Javon has on his team.
He is awesome. I'm blessed to have someone like Javon. He, in addition to being like a 3.8 GPA, a fantastic player, but he's also a spiritual person.
A person who is humble and honored to be recognized for his hard work in the classroom and on the basketball court.
It really means everything to me because all my brothers went here, so it kind of feels like it's family-oriented. I really grew up around the area, so I know everybody, so it just feels like a little community that I've been a part of forever.
Going forward, he will continue showing leadership in the classroom, team huddle, and on the basketball court. Javon Palavra is our ABC7 Athlete of the Week.
Now to Cardinal Mooney, where Kevin O'Donohue helped lead the Cougars to the postseason. He just wrapped up his high school tenure not only on the court, but also in the classroom. He's headed to the University of Alabama, but he will not be playing basketball there. But his high school teammate Connor Hill, he's also moving on to the next level. He will be attending Houston University, but he will continue his basketball career in college after a nice tenure as a student athlete for Cardinal Mooney. And the girls were getting it done on the hardwood too in our area. This includes one young lady at Venice High School, Addie Ivory, who loves basketball, but she uses her art as a way to step away from the game. Check this out.
I like to do art a lot. I do a lot of art. I like putting things together myself. If I see something, if I'm just walking, I want to do it when I get home.
Spending time with the brush. You may know her for her artistry on the basketball court, but take a look at your screen. You're looking at some of the masterpieces that Addison Ivory has created in her time away from the basketball court. It's a hobby she says she absolutely loves.
I do it in my free time. It's not much of that, but when I have free time, I do a lot of art.
But Addie loves basketball just as much, and her head coach Jeremy Martin says she is one special young lady on and off the court.
We all know Addie's my everything. She's been my engine since she's been here as a freshman. She's almost like the quarterback of any football team. She basically gets them in the right spots, and her communication with her teammates is just unbelievable.
Addie is just months away from being a senior for Venice High School, and she's ready to make the next step on and off the court.
We want to focus on our bond off the court, just staying in touch with each other, everybody, always making sure we hang out with each other, include everyone, so when we come in next season, nothing changed.
Creating artistry on the hardwood and in the painting studio. Now let's head out to the soccer fields at Palmetto High School. You may remember this young man from earlier this year. This is Diego Figueroa Ramos. He helped lead the Tigers to a very good record in the regular season, and he just recently graduated from Palmetto High School and is moving on to the next phase of his life's journey. And one of his teammates who also helped lead that charge was Antonio Garcia, also known as Tony. He says despite not being able to win a state championship, he's proud of what he and all of his teammates were able to accomplish during his high school years.
We were also able to highlight a Suncoast native who is doing big things in college football, the college football world that is, and Jack McKeenan is a graduate of Cardinal Mooney Catholic High School, and he's headed into a sophomore season at the University of Michigan. Last season as a freshman, he and the Wolverines went undefeated and won the College Football National Championship. Pineview super sophomore Nathan Fair has participated in martial arts since he was the age of 5 years old, and he is a black belt. He trains several days a week here in Sarasota. Nathan is another one of our ABC7 athletes of the week, and he describes being recognized as a true honor. Nathan Fair is a sophomore at Pineview School, currently earning 4.7 GPA. He's also a black belt in karate, training in martial arts. He tells me he's grateful to be recognized.
It's really an honorable achievement. I'm really pleased with myself, and I feel like it's a great thing to get recognition for those type of things. You know, I don't do it for the glory. I don't do it for anything like that. I do it for the lifestyle of martial arts.
Nathan Fair's father, Michael Fair, says his family is so proud of Nathan for his consistency, dedication, and routine. A schedule his father says is very challenging with classes, track and field, and karate. Nathan's day is very long.
Nate wakes up at about 6 in the morning and he's got to go to school. He's there at 7:20, goes to school until about 1:30, and then he goes to Sarasota High, and where he just joined the track and field team.
I personally don't see how he keeps up. He has straight A's at school. He comes here, he tested for his black belt at 14 actually, and that's pretty super.
Mark Baker is the owner and chief instructor. He says Nathan is very unique.
Trains 2 to 3 times a week. He's always helping the other students, the kids, the adults. Likes to take initiative and leadership.
Black belt, that was 4 to 5 nights a week. It was really a commitment for like that 6-month period before my black belt, because you know, without that extra time and dedication, it's really just impossible to go ahead and get that rank, especially at such a young age.
An age with a bright future in academics and in martial arts. Nathan Fair is our ABC7 Sports Athlete of the Week.
Coming up, we're heading to the weight room with a young lady setting new standards and breaking records at Riverview High School. That story and more right around the corner. You may remember this young lady, Allison Byerly. I introduced you to her just a few months ago. Now, she's leaving Riverview High School as a decorated weightlifter, and she's coming off of a fantastic final high school season. The sounds of the clanging and banging of the bar. Allison Byerly has been dedicating her life to the sport of Olympic weightlifting since she entered Riverview High School as a freshman. She's a senior now, and the love for the craft just continues to grow.
There are a lot of misconceptions about weightlifting, but it is a very team-building sport. What personally I love about it is there's lots of growth in it.
And that love for weightlifting has created a bond between Allison and her coach, Sharice Taylor, who is also a decorated weightlifter herself. She says Allison is just a one-of-a-kind.
There really isn't enough words about her. I mean, I knew what she's capable of for this season, and she surpassed that.
And what makes this senior year so special for Allison is overcoming a serious wrist injury in her junior year.
When that happened, I thought I hit rock bottom. So having to step back and, just picking up the bar was a painful thing for me to do.
Overcoming the wrist injury and a phenomenal senior season has led to Allison getting a full-ride scholarship to Lindenwood University, and she will compete in nationals this summer. Both she and her coach are beyond proud of this journey.
She is the most coachable athlete I've ever had. She's one of the most strongest athletes I've ever had. She has challenged me as a coach to step up and be better.
If you would ask me myself 4 years ago if I was going to be doing weightlifting and going to college for it, I would have looked at you like I was crazy. Just try it. You never know, and always, always, always stay motivated and never doubt yourself.
Making history, making a difference, and setting a new standard. We take a quick visit out on the tennis courts of Southeast High School. Now, you might remember Petra Murnaya. She just wrapped up her 11th grade year for the Seminoles, and she's considered one of the rising young tennis stars throughout Manatee County. But this should come as no surprise, because her father is tennis great Max Murnye.
All right, in football, the Outdoor Academy Thunder football program had an up-and-down regular season in 2023. ODA finished with the season on top by winning a state championship. And one of those who helped along the way was the linebacker Charlie Tack. Now, Charlie is finishing with the high school now, and he's getting ready for college. He will head to Furman University this fall to continue his education and his football playing career. Now let's head over to the lacrosse fields. We began with Lakewood Ranch High School. It was a bounce-back year for the boys lacrosse team, and one of those who led the charge was Lucas Anthony. He recently graduated from Lakewood Ranch High School, and he says the memories he will hold onto are forever, and are those he made with the guys he says are like brothers to him.
And over at Outdoor Academy, it's a historic time for the girls lacrosse program and one of their star student athletes, Emma Arrigo. Emma will be attending Stetson University this fall on a scholarship to play women's lacrosse, and she's the first student athlete in ODA girls lacrosse history to do so. And over at Manatee High School, Kara Carter helped lead the Lady Hurricanes to a remarkable season in 2024. The girls went 18-1 in their campaign, but as much as Kara loves playing lacrosse, the things that make her heart smile the most are seeing others thrive and helping them along the way.
Nice job!
Being motivational and holding each other accountable. Two of the leading factors for what has been a dominant season for the Manatee High School girls lacrosse team, and they're following the lead of Kara Carter, who is enjoying every moment of her high school swan song, playing the game she loves.
I started a little later than my other teammates. I started in 8th grade. I picked it up from a friend, and I just instantly loved it. Loved the running part. I loved the stick part. I loved every single aspect of it.
Good take, though.
But Kara is soaking this in too, because this also may be it for her lacrosse career as a whole. She's heading to Florida State University in the fall, but she will focus on her academics and career aspirations of becoming a lawyer. Her head coach tells me that no matter what Kara does, she will be successful.
She is one of the better examples of how you want to approach lacrosse. Again, a great student, but Kara, nobody works harder in practice than Kara.
And part of why Kara wants to become a lawyer is because she loves to help others. She's involved in many organizations throughout the community, and her caring heart is something her teammates will miss about her the most.
Once I got to know her this past few years, it's really shown me how good of a person she is. She cares about everyone, and she really does push herself 110% every day. Hey, hit the pipe!
And Kara says she's going to miss them too.
I think the closeness and how much that we truly love each other. They always support me no matter what, even if it's during school time. Anything I'm dealing with, they're always there for me, and I can have somebody to talk to.
Leading with her heart on and off the field.
And still ahead, we present our ABC7 Athlete of the Year winners from both Manatee and Sarasota counties. We'll tell you about those individuals in just a moment.
An up and down season for the Venice Lady Indians softball program, but they made it back to the playoffs. And one of the individuals responsible for this is 11th grader Kaylin Smith, also known as KK. Now, she is never satisfied with what happens if it doesn't result in a W. Always working to get better. That's Kaylin Smith's approach to softball and to life in general. But it's not just an approach to the physical aspects. Kaylin tells me the mental game is a big part of things too.
We really try to work on our mentality. Every game, when we have a bad game, we try to just fix our mentality and think about the good games that we've had. So we try not to think about the bad games and think about all the good games so we can keep our mentality sharp throughout the rest of the season.
And it's not just Kaylin going at this alone. She and her teammates like Emily Beam help push each other to be the best on the field and in the classroom as students. And Emily says she loves Kaylin for that, and she will miss her next year because Emily graduates in just a few weeks.
KK can really hype you up. If you're upset, she'll always pick you up. She'll joke around with you. She always makes you feel good about yourself. She never brings you down. She doesn't bring anybody down. But overall, KK is a really fantastic teammate, and I'm glad I got to spend my 3 years with her here.
Congrats.
And it's not just teammates. Kaylin's head coach also talked to me about how special this young lady is and how bright her future is.
I've known KK since she probably was about 7 years old when I used to be over at the fields at Miss Venice, and you knew then she was going to be a special player, but beyond that, KK puts herself on the field and gives everything she's got. She never puts herself out there ahead of her team. Her team always comes first. You never hear I, you never hear me. She's the first one on the field and the last one off.
As for Kaylin's future, she has goals and dreams to play softball on the next level, but she says she's okay if that doesn't happen.
I would like to play college softball, and I'm hoping to play college softball, but if it doesn't work out, then I'll just continue with my academic career.
Improving as a player and person while helping build a culture.
Someone else is also getting it done on the diamond at Venice High School. In baseball, Brady Shoemaker helped lead the Indians to a 26-4 record this past season. He will head off to Eckerd College in St. Pete this fall to continue his education and baseball career. Over at Booker High School, Ladarian Smith is finishing up his sophomore year. He's a third baseman and a pitcher for the Tornadoes. Now it's time to present to you our ABC7 Athlete of the Year winners. We begin by introducing you to a young lady from Sarasota High School who is a dual sport student athlete. Now, Haley Howard has her high school diploma. Haley is preparing to take her talents to Jackson State University.
All right, welcome to ABC7 Sports. On behalf of ABC7 Sports, WWSB, and Brian Sabali Law, we want to present our Athlete of the Year, Haley Howard. How are you?
Good, how are you? It's exciting and it's an honor with how many great athletes there are in Sarasota, Bradenton, and the whole state of Florida. It's just an honor to be chosen Athlete of the Year. It just shows all my hard work has worked.
Haley Howard is a two-sport athlete in softball and track and field. She recently graduated from Sarasota High School. Brian Sabali explains why Haley Howard was named Sarasota County Athlete of the Year.
Haley, congratulations. What really stood out about your video for Athlete of the Week to me was the fact that you're a dual sport athlete with a 4.25 GPA. To maintain that GPA while doing multiple sports is impressive, to say the least.
Haley's father, Kenny Howard, says his family is grateful Haley was named Sarasota County Athlete of the Year. He says Haley really worked hard to become a winner.
I'm shocked, really, that Haley got awarded this award. With there's so many amazing female athletes on this west coast of Florida, and just for you guys to choose her, me and my family, we can't thank you enough.
Haley Howard says she really appreciates attending Sarasota High School.
It's a family environment. I've gone here all 4 years, and it's definitely helped me as an athlete and a student, so that'll help me excel at Jackson State.
Haley Howard is our ABC7 Sports Sarasota County Athlete of the Year.
Now to Manatee County. Corey Sanders has received his diploma from Manatee High School, and now he's heading to Missouri Valley College, where he has earned a scholarship to continue his football career on to the next level. But before Corey left away from the Sun Coast, we had to send him off in style with a special surprise. Cheers, applause, and hugs all around for Corey Sanders. He recently graduated from Manatee High School and is getting ready to head to Missouri Valley College, where he will continue his football career. You may remember we introduced you to Corey during the fall of last year. He's known mostly for scoring touchdowns for the Manatee Hurricanes, but his senior season was cut short due to injury, and Corey says this had an impact on his recruiting.
Yes, it did. It really did. I feel a lot better. I feel faster. I feel stronger now, really. Just don't really give up. When things go wrong, just don't give up. Just keep pushing.
But Corey's going to take the field this fall for the Missouri Valley Vikings. But before he leaves, we're sending him off in style for all of his hard work. Hey, Corey, what's up? Long time no see. Yes, sir. Hey, I'm Xavier McKnight with ABC7, and I'm proud to tell you, Corey Sanders, that on behalf of Brian Sabali Law and ABC7, you are the Manatee County Athlete of the Year. ABC7 partnering with Brian Sabali Law to give Corey a check to help with the next step in his education, not just because of what he does on the field, but also who he is off of it.
Sports teach a lifetime of valuable lessons, and one of those important lessons is the importance of family. And what really rung true in that video that you did for the Athlete of the Week, and I would encourage anybody to go watch it, is the importance of family and the military and the sacrifices.
And Corey's mother, Heather, says when it comes to her son, she is just one proud mama.
It means the world to me. And, he's worked really hard where he's at. And this is unexpected for him and for me also.
And Corey has parting words of wisdom for those who will be making big decisions on their futures soon.
It don't matter if you get D3, D2, D1. You just gotta work. Just work for it. You'll get there. It will come through.
Leaving a legacy and preparing for life's road ahead. Well, we've truly had a blast getting to know these athletes and tell their stories throughout this past school year.
And we look forward to continuing to tell more of their stories in the future, but we need your help to do so. We hope you have enjoyed our holiday special for our Athlete of the Week for 23-24 school year.
Until next time, as always, be safe, be well, and be vigilant.